when we left off, you were talking about the different stages of jihad. First of all, define jihad for our viewers, and then talk about this progression.
The word jihad means struggle. And this is what the apologists of Islam say. It simply means struggle. But so does Mein Kampf means my struggle. But struggle with what? Struggle with Judeo-Christian world. Jihad comes in 3 stages in accordance to Islam.
It's interesting. I never made that connection. Same term.
Yes, it's the same thing. The stages of jihad is, first of all, al-jihad bil-qalam, wal-lisan, then bil-sayf. By the pen, in other words, educational jihad. Send the recruits all over the universities of America, have the Muslim student associations and this kind of things influence the universities and the Middle Eastern Studies Department, that kind of thing. Bil-mal, by money, financial jihad. Older people can send through zakat. Zakat is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. A percentage of your gold and your silver goes for the cause of Allah. And this not only for the poor, as the Muslims will claim in the West, but it's also for the financial jihad operation to progress the way to advance the cause of Allah. So it is by the peaceful means first, and then when the Muslim ummah or the Muslim nation within the community becomes powerful enough, then it's by the sword. And this is what you've seen jihad carried out all throughout from the time of the Prophet of Islam. The Persians were given an edict, a letter, Aslam Tuslam, become Muslim, then you'll be at peace.
It's an absolute counterfeit of Christianity, but with death instead of life.
Absolutely, because in Islam, the way that you can assure your salvation, they need assurance. Assurance for salvation is to shed your own blood. And as Muhammad said, by the first drop of his blood, he will enter paradise. And then he will have not 72 virgins, 72 mansions. In each mansion, 72 beds. In each bed, 72 virgins. So the issue is not the sexual parts, but it's the salvation issue. In accordance to the Quran, وَلَا تَحْسَبَنَّ الَّذِينَ قُتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أَمْوَاتٌ بَلْ أَحْيَاءٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ يُرْزَقُونَ. Which means, do not think that the ones who die in the cause of Allah in jihad are dead, but are alive with Allah, receiving His blessings. In other words, to be absent of the body is to be present with Allah. And the way to do it is by shedding your own blood, which is prideful, because in essence it's saying, I can be like the Messiah, I can be like God. It's very demonic.
And what's so scary about this is the level of commitment.
Absolutely.
These people that blow themselves up really believe that this is true.
Absolutely.
And as believers of the truth, followers of Jesus, we're very nominal in our faith and our action.
Yeah. I mean, I had relatives of mine, Walid Shoebat, a cousin, she attempted to blow herself up. Her friend blew himself up in one incident. The ambulance was supposed to come. When the ambulance came, she was supposed to detonate the second explosive charge. She didn't do it. She hesitated because the first thing that happens when you blow yourself up, your head flies off. And she's seen her colleagues, body parts and all these things. She ended up in prison. Another cousin of mine got killed in attempting to kill Jews in Ben Yehuda Street. Relatives I've seen die and all these things. I began to understand it wasn't Israelis that killed my relatives. It was the mosque clergy that were telling everybody to go out and to offer their bodies.
And then they blame Israel. It's a propaganda machine.
That's right.
But Walid, this is the commitment that Christians should have.
That's right.
Believers in Jesus should have in sharing their faith.
That's right.
Even unto death.
That's right. Because the whole world says we must end the cycle of violence. No. We must end the cycle of false peace.
Yes.
By peace he will deceive many. Peace, when there is no peace. Peace doesn't live in a vacuum, Jonathan. Peace lives by truth and justice, Justice for the Palestinians. What about justice for the Jews? What about justice for the Jews who have to build the wall? Israel removed the wall in Jerusalem. I remember in '67 war. I was there. 6 days war, and Israel triumphed on the 7th day, Jonathan, paralleling the battle of Joshua and Jericho.
Yes.
It was the most amazing things. You would say, God doesn't live in our lives. God is living everywhere. Jeremiah talked about these things. They will no longer say that God who's brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, that's nothing. But God who's brought the children of Israel out of the land of the north and out of all the lands. This is a time that we live in.
It's happening before our various. This is a good opportunity to shift into prophecy. I'm sure we're in the last days. I don't just believe it. I know we both are sure we're in the last days, the end times, the end of the end. What role do you see Islam playing in the last days scenario?
Previously, they thought it's all about the West. EU, the Catholic Church being the harlot of Babylon, this kind of thing. These days, all scholars of the Bible say Islam plays a major role. Eventually, they're going to understand that Islam plays the most major role. Because if you look into the Bible,
Clearly,
all the nations that God reprimands and destroys, all of them, no exception, they're all Muslim. You can argue maybe about Rush, or this is a big, long argument. But it's Asia Minor, according to the historians.
but you see it, if you look, you see all the chess pieces being put into play.
Including where the Messiah battles, Jonathan. Where the Messiah battles, even in the Psalm 83, Psalm 82:8, arise, O God, judge the earth, for you shall inherit all nations. Who's this? That's the Messiah. It's messianic. And then he gives you the nations, the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, the Hajarites, Syria, Iraq, Turkey. All these nations are involved. You go to Ezekiel 28, 29, 30, 31, all the nations that are cast into the pit, they're all Muslim. You look at the places where the Messiah is fighting. In Isaiah 63, who is he who comes from Edom with his garments sprinkled with blood? Edom is not Rome. Edom is the Arab world, the Muslim world. You look at Habakkuk 3, he's coming out of Midian, fighting in Midian. All scholars agree. Midian is the brother of Ishmael. You look at Isaiah 10:34, Lebanon will be destroyed by the mighty one. You look at Lebanon, that's Hezbollah. You go to Isaiah 19, the Lord comes on a swift cloud, coming to fight Egypt, a Muslim country. All these nations that the Messiah is fighting are Muslim. So Islam is not removed as a prelude to the coming of a Western Antichrist. You want to revive the Roman Empire. What about the Eastern counterparts? What about the Asia Minor? What about the Western counterparts when it comes to North Africa? Fut, which includes Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, Mauritania, mentioned literally in the Bible by name. And these are Western Roman Empire. So the West is trying to become the Antichrist when God is saying, here's my composite, you know.
And Walid, what